Hello there, it's John and welcome to Cycling on a Shoestring, and this time we're going to do a review, but we're going to go on the road for this one. I have been looking into buying studded tires for a very long time, but I haven't been able to pull the trigger on tires because they can cost almost as much as tires for my car, upwards of $200 for a couple of tires. I just haven't been able to justify that. But I've had a few close calls in the last couple of years riding on my old road bike on slick tires around Calgary, Alberta, and almost gone down a couple of times, and I do not want to break my collarbone, which I've done before. So I thought this year I'd start looking around for maybe something that's on a shoestring budget. I started looking online for people who had used ones, but most of the time they were missing studs. I didn't want to go and buy tires that were sort of second hand. So I started looking around at chain reaction cycles, and I came across these tires. Now this is my old road bike. This is a Gardine Loria. It's a steel bike. You know, I have some very expensive bicycles that are far superior to this one. I would never sell this bike, ever. I love this bike. But I bought these tires, Schwalbe Winter K-Guard tires. They are spiked. They're called Schwalbe Winter Spiked tires, and I hope you can get a good shot on those. But you can see the studs all along the tread. 118 on the front and back on these tires. Now they do make another brand called the Marathons, which also includes some additional studs, up to 200 of them. So if you're looking for something a little more robust with a few more studs on it, I mean, you can buy those ones as well. But I thought these were terrific and would do exactly what I wanted. You can see it's got a chevron type tread on it. Very, very thick and heavy tires when I got them in, and I'm pretty pleased with them. They are directional tires, so you want to have the chevrons facing forward, and there's an arrow on the side of the tire as well that tells you what direction they need to go. But I'm pretty pleased with these. Now I haven't ridden them, and I'm a little tentative because I have gone down in ice and snow before, so I'm going to put them to the test today. These ones you can pump up between 50 and 95 psi. I put 80 in them. I want to make sure that those studs are hitting the ground. I'm sure we're going to see quite a bit of rolling resistance when I'm riding on the road today, but I am interested in seeing what it's going to be like when I'm out riding around Calgary. I just want to give you an idea of what it looks like here outside the back of my house. You can see that there's enough ice and snow there on my laneway and behind my house, but it is a beautiful day today. It is 9 degrees here in Calgary, so that's for people in the United States, well, about 48 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm sure I'm going to see some paved roads. I'm going to be riding on some bike paths today, and I'm going to try to put these things to the test without going down. So it's a little bit icy and snowy today, but I'm looking forward to this. Now I just want to tell you before I leave, obviously this is cycling on a shoestring, how much did they cost? I got them for $39 each. I paid $11.70 extra so I could get through the customs and taxes. They came from England and got shipped all the way to Calgary, Alberta in Western Canada in 3.5 days from Chain Reaction Cycles. So I'm telling you, that is fast. I was stunned they came so fast. Ordered them on a Sunday, got them on an early Wednesday afternoon. So I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled. It cost me about $89 for 2 tires and shipping and taxes and everything included. So definitely a good purchase for a shoestring budget. So I'm going to take them on the road. I'll get some video of them going across the ice today, and we'll see how they work. We'll see if they keep me upright. Okay, so here we are in the back of my house. This is the laneway. We're going to test out the Schwalbes, and we'll see how these tires work. I didn't mention that these are 30s, 700 by 30s. You can get them in 35s and 40s as well, which they don't sell the 35s and 40s at Chain Reaction Cycles, but they do have a number of other different sizes if you want to check them out. Okay? My initial thought of riding with them on the road, naturally there's more rolling resistance because of the studs. I'm also running them at 80 psi, about 20 pounds lighter than I normally do, but they roll pretty good. And obviously having that extra confidence when you get on the ice is going to be helpful. We'll see how they work out when I get onto a trail in a pathway with some ice and snow. So right now I'm on the bike path. This is along the Bow River in Calgary, and not too far from my home. I live in River Bend, and as you can see, we've got a bit of ice and snow on this pathway. Let's see how these tires work out. Just want to give my initial reaction to these. I haven't ridden them very far, but they give me more confidence. I can feel them digging into the snow and ice, and that's good. Running 25s on them, like I did before with the regular road tires, slick tires, you get kind of scared out here, and you're stopping, and you're very tentative going over ice and snow. You don't know what's underneath you. I feel much more confident on these already, and having them at 80 psi. And having that extra tread there too. They dig into the snow, and you get into little piles of snow. Like any tire at this width, they're gonna shimmy a little bit in there, so you gotta watch out for that, but so far so good. I'm gonna go a little bit further along, and I'll do an update in a minute. We'll see how they work out. I've been riding along the bike path for a while. It hasn't been cleared, so it's pretty rough and icy, and I would never ever attempt this on my old tires. I've got these studded tires on here from Schwalbe. I'm going to ride a little bit of this, and it turns into pavement up ahead, and we'll see how it does on this rough section, which includes a bit of slushy snow and ice as well. Just one more thing, I like the tread pattern on this. I've ridden mountain bike tires through ice and snow. They will pack up with ice and snow, so they get even slipperier because there's no tread to touch down on the ice and snow. These kick out the ice and snow very well. Now it is a mild day, and that's helpful, but the tread on this, that chevron type pattern that faces forward, really works well, cutting through the ice and snow. And again, the word confidence comes into my mind. It's winter time. We're getting some pretty good weather here in Calgary right now, but some cold stuff is coming, and I think I'll be riding more this winter. I try to ride as much as I can on the roads and not have to get on the exercise bike, but I think I'll be riding more simply because I have these tires. I'm back at home after riding on the Schwalbe Winter K-Guard tires. And my first studded tires I've ever purchased. I actually made some a few years ago, but they didn't turn out so well. Again, I paid $89.95 for 2 tires, shipping, taxes and duty included. 3.5 days from England to my door from Chain Reaction Cycles. I'm absolutely thrilled with them. I love them. I think they're absolutely perfect for what I need. Now, if you're looking to do a little leaning in corners and whatnot, you may want to get the Marathons by Schwalbe. They have more studs. These are 118 studs on them. The Marathons have 200, so they might be better for you. But for what I want, this is perfect. I'm going to be riding these on a mix of ice, snow, wet, and also pavement, and going from each to the other all the time. So this has provided me with, and I've said the word a number of times, confidence. I like them very much. As far as putting them on, they were simple. They've got great treads on them as well, which is really a nice thing. One thing I would change on them, a little hard to read the embossing on the side of the tire. It's hard to read their 50 to 95 PSI. I'm quibbling, honestly. I'm nitpicking at this point. It might be my eyesight. They're not as good as they used to be. But I think you'll be pretty happy with these if you purchase them, if you're going to do some riding. There is riding and rolling resistance on them. I'm perfectly fine with that because generally when I'm riding in the winter, I don't go as far. A lot of 30, 40K rides. And if I've got a little extra effort because of the rolling resistance, that's just my road to fitness coming quicker. I'm happy with that. No problem at all. They go up and down hills and roll just fine. And I'm going to give them 5 shoestrings out of 5 because they're exactly what I wanted and they're a great price. Also, I want to point out that cycling on a shoestring isn't always about off-brand merchandise. I mean, Schwalbe's a good name. So sometimes we're going to be looking at good deals we can get on websites like Chain Reaction Cycles. So I'm pretty pleased with these. Now, something else I wanted to pass along to you, this jersey I'm wearing right here from our Suxio jersey jacket. I've got a review on the page if you want to check it out. I've done a review on this already. Great price, well worth it. So maybe you want to check that out as well. Please like the videos, subscribe, and if you like it, share it with somebody else. I want to get as many subscribers as possible, and I'll be putting more videos online very, very soon. Thanks very much for tuning in to Cycling on a Shoestring.